Well, greetings. Hope this day finds you safe, healthy, and happy and thriving at whatever you do, wherever you're doing it. Just hope you're enjoying your life and just living the best possible existence you know how. This is the New Thought Media Network. I'm Ken Ludwig. You are watching Vibrant Living. And every week we start this show off with a little reading from Dr. Ernest Holmes. And we'll do that today here. We'll just open this up random. I am conscious that the divine spirit is acting through me. I am aware that the truth is making me free from any belief in want, lack, or limitation. There is no doubt or uncertainty in my mind. I have a feeling of security and of ability to do anything that I should do. I'm not afraid of life or death, for I know that death is swallowed up in life. I know that every living soul will find complete emancipation sooner or later. Therefore, I stand amidst the eternal ways and let the winds of God blow full and free around me. For some reason, I feel like I've read that one on the show before, but we just open the book. We don't know where it's going. The book takes us where the book takes us. And that's, one of my overarching themes in this show is about never losing sight of God. And that was kind of the theme of that. It's about always being aware that that divine nature is in, around, and through me, and that it is 100% for me. And if I have faith in that, and then have faith in that faith, that I literally can control my life. I can create my life. I was listening to something earlier today by Dr. Joe Dispenza, who's basically saying just that. If we focus our attention in meditation primarily on what it is exactly that we want, and we then visualize exactly how we want it to unfold, and then attach to that the emotions that go with it, like, once I create this, it is going to feel like X. And then take decisive action, take meaningful action in the direction. What's the great quote from Goethe? Whatever you can do or think you can, begin it. Boldness has power, magic, and boldness, power, and magic in it. Boldness has power. So, wow, I'm sorry. That's terrible. But you know what? I think that's one of those things that is such a great quote. I don't want to screw it up. So we're just going to go to GTS, which means Google that stuff. Which, I'm not much of a stuff guy, but that's what it is. And let's see if you just go to Goethe, you don't get it. Quotes, though, will get you right there. And he had lots and lots and lots and lots of great quotes. Here's an interesting one. If this is in, it's in German. It's ohne Hast, aber ohne Rast. Without haste, but without rest. That sounds like Mother Nature does. Now, pardon the crunching here. I have a cough drop in my mouth because I had a little bit of a dry cough going here before I got it. I want this quote. It's got to be in the top 10, right? Let's see here. And then, of course, the Google doesn't catch up to you. That is just amazing that it's not in his top 10 quotes. So let's go with whatever you can do or think you can. And let's just see if that gets us there. There you go. Famous quote by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Whatever you think you can do or believe you can, begin it. Action has magic, grace, and power in it. Wow, that is not the quote that I originally heard from Goethe. But anyway, that's really, I love it, the way it's worded here. Whatever you think you can do or believe you can, begin it. Action has magic, grace, and power in it. So it's, and that's the third piece of what Joe Dispenza was talking about, is take decisive action into what it is that you're looking to accomplish, what it is you actually want to do here. We actually have John is on here from Nigeria or Kenya. John, I don't know if you can do anything in the comments there, but John is here from Africa. And I don't know, John he may actually be in Miami, Florida, because the company that I know him from, the My Daily Choice, the sponsor of this show, they're having their annual convention this weekend. I was on my way to that annual convention, and then the heat blew up in our house. And so now I've been home all week dealing with the people repairing the heat. That's big fun. So I'm going to miss that convention, which I'm bummed about, but that's it. I've talked a little bit about the great dailies in Science of Mind 365. And I have gone back to reading this most mornings when I do my meditation. And I had put in here a big note on the last week in October, that this was a big week. And so this yesterday's reading is really, this is something that I've thought about and talked about many, many times in my life. It's about the idea of expectancy, about living in expectancy. That's it. John is in Uganda. That's it. And here's what Science of Mind 365 has to say. And by the way, this was also written by Dr. Holmes. The title of this is I Realize the Presence of God. Expectancy speeds progress. Therefore, I live in a continual state of expectancy. No matter how much I am experiencing today, I expect greater good tomorrow. I expect to meet new friends. I expect to meet new and wonderful experiences. I know that when I live in harmony with the divine presence in and around me, I will be protected by its power. No harm can come to me when I know that God is at the center of everything. There is an inexhaustible reservoir of life, of imagination, energy, and will flowing through me into action. Divine power exists everywhere and takes form for me through my ideas, my faith. Today and every day, I expect good. I anticipate meeting new friends. I joyously anticipate contacting new situations that will increase my livingness. My life is an adventure. I know that wonderful things are going to happen to me. I know that everything I do will turn into good for me and for others. Something within me today sings aloud as I marvel at the limitless opportunities for my self-expression. My real self is God, the eternal, perfect self, the one undivided self. There could not be a greater wholeness or a more complete oneness. It would be impossible for me to have any more faith than I now possess. I realize the perfect presence of God in me. That is expectancy. And I love that. And I'm going to read this is expectancy. This is it right here, this middle paragraph of this writing. There is an inexhaustible reservoir of life, of imagination, energy, and will flowing through me into action. Divine power exists everywhere and takes form for me through my ideas, my faith. Today and every day, I expect good. I anticipate meeting new friends. I joyously anticipate contacting new situations that will increase my livingness. My life is an adventure. I know that wonderful things are going to happen to me. I know that everything I do will turn into good for me and for others. Again, that is expectancy. That is living in that space of knowing that good, only good, and more good is going to be my experience. And that is the anticipation of a better life every day. I've always said I've been sober for 35 years, and I have always said that in sobriety, for me, every single day that I have been sober has been better than the last. No exceptions. Every day has been better than the last day. And I think that is because of kind of, even before I understood metaphysics, it was because of a kind of expectancy, because I always just simply lived in that expectancy that everything was going to be all right. Everything was going to be better. Everything was going to be the next highest vision of me. Everything is going to be the next highest vision of my life, of my livingness, as it said in that reading, of my business, of my relationships, of everything. It's always going to be the next highest vision because I live in that expectancy, expecting it always to be thus. Does that work 100% of the time? Yes, if you're there. If you're there. And it's about having the faith in that expectancy and then having faith in the faith. I think it's kind of a new concept in my own head. Having faith in the faith. I say I believe, but it's like that old thing from the Bible where the believer comes up to Jesus and says, "I believe, help thou mine unbelief." So I believe, but there's that piece of me that just isn't quite there yet. That's the faith in faith. I have my faith. I have my faith in the expectancy. I have my faith in the oneness of all life. I have my faith in the knowledge that I am the divine in form. I am, as is everything and everyone in the universe, is simply the overarching creative intelligence of the universe in form. And I know that. And I know how it works. I know that I am a creative center in the creative mind. I know that. And do I have faith in that faith? Can I then go to that next highest vision of me? Can I take that and do what Joe Dispenza says? Can I take that into meditation and thinking about the life I wish to live, envisioning clearly the life I want to live down to the last freaking detail, and then taking decisive action, meaningful action in the direction of my dreams? That's expectancy to me. And that's what that reading was from The Science of Mind, which I really, 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 really liked. We live in an interesting time right now. We've got all these crazy things going on in the world. There's lots of violence. There's lots of killing. There's lots of war. There's lots of division. There's lots of name calling and derision and just craziness. I think it's important for each and every one of us to set a new goal in our minds, to set peace of mind as our highest goal, and then to completely organize our lives around it. I have a really crazy situation, okay? And this is that I don't mean it totally in a global sense, about the wars, about Ukraine and Israel and the Gaza. I don't mean that particularly. I mean about everything. I have a situation in my own life right now, right this minute. Well, half hour ago. I have a next door neighbor who has a dog who barks incessantly, and it's a little yapper. It's not like a dog bark. It's like this complete annoying noise, and it gets my ire up through my entire body. I can feel it. My wife actually looked at me earlier and said, my beloved Lisa said, "Your face is getting red," because I was explaining to her how pissed off I was. I couldn't sit in my backyard and read because this dog would not shut up. And my next door neighbor just doesn't get it. First of all, he's 83 years old and he wears a hearing aid, and his hearing loss is like 80%. So even with the hearing aid, he doesn't hear the dog. He's got a garage that's I don't know, 70 feet from his backyard, and he's out there putzing around with his toys, his tractor and his new ATV, and that dog is in the backyard barking at him the whole time. I don't even know if he hears it. I have set myself up to be pissed off. I have set myself up to be angry, to have my blood pressure rise, to be just infuriated because I have not set peace of mind as my goal and organized my life around that idea. Now, I don't know if I can do it with a barking dog because that bark kind of seems to override everything. But it is a great goal to have in mind that I will set peace of mind as my highest goal and then organize my life around it. If we can do that, we will have peace of mind in our lives. We'll have peace in our lives, but that's where it starts, right? It starts here, peace in our hearts, peace in our minds, love in our hearts, love in our minds. That's where we emanate out into the world, that thought of peace and love that hopefully can catch on if you will, to the rest of the world, or lift the consciousness, right? The old rising tide lifts all boats. There's a great quote here from Epictetus that I wanted to give to you, because this ties into this whole thing of being angry, or being annoyed, being triggered by whatever's going on in the world. So when anyone makes you angry, know that it is your own thought that has angered you. Boy, oh boy. Barry Ebert, I wish you were listening out there, and I would just give you credit for the idea of, I hate it when that happens. It all comes back to me. It all comes back to what I'm thinking, to my own thought, right? So when anyone makes you angry, know that it is your own thought that has angered you. From Epictetus, the Stoic. It is your own thought that has angered you. It is what we believe. It is what we know to be true. It is the judgment that we have as our ego needing to understand, to be right, to judge, that thinking is what angers us, not what Charlie did, or the dog next door, his name is Sonny. I call him Dickhead the dog. My judgment, setting myself up to be angry. Setting myself up to be angry and annoyed at this particular situation. And lastly for today, I'm going through a transitionary period in my life. I'm just not sure what I want to be when I grow up. I'm 72 years old, and I'm not sure what I want to be. I'm not sure what I want to be doing. I'm not sure how I want to be living my life. And I have a real feeling of unease around that, of dissatisfaction, of being unfulfilled. And here's a quote that popped up. This popped up the other day from Facebook. You aren't lost. You're just in an uncomfortable stage of your life where your old self isn't fully gone and your new self isn't fully born yet. You're in the midst of transformation. You aren't lost. You're just in an uncomfortable stage of your life where your old self isn't fully gone and your new self isn't fully born yet. You're in the midst of transformation. I think we live in a time when lots and lots and lots of people are feeling what I've been feeling. I don't think I'm alone. I think lots of people are looking at life through that lens of, wow, what am I doing? Where am I going? What am I here to, what is my purpose? What am I here for? Right? The old expression, what is the meaning of life? Right? And what's the answer? The life in itself has no meaning. It is the opportunity to find meaning. And I guess that's where I'm looking at. But but to know that it's okay. You're not lost. You're just in an uncomfortable stage of your life. That's where I'm at. It's an uncomfortable stage. And I've always talked about the fact that I have reinvented myself, God only knows how many times in my life. And I would maybe have never been conscious of the space between each incarnation of me. But right now I'm in that space, and I'm conscious that I'm not done with this life, and I've not yet begun the next life. And it's kind of a disquieting feeling, but it is what it is. So the last message for the day is many questions out there, many questions in life. And the glib answer is love is always the answer. But the true answer is always that love is always the answer. So any place, any time in my life, in your life, in the lives around us where we can move into a space of love, that is going to do one thing and one thing only: it'll lift the consciousness of everything and everyone around us and make our lives more enjoyable. Remember, as Epictetus said, so when anyone makes you angry, know that it is your own thought that has angered you. Same thing. When anyone makes you happy, when anyone makes you overjoyed, know that it is your own thought that has made you joyful. It is your own thought that has made you happy. Because how you looked at the situation, how you looked at that interaction with the other person is what gave you the emotion that you had. So just as your anger stems from your own thoughts, your joy stems from your own thoughts. And as I think Abraham Lincoln said, maybe it might have been Abraham Lincoln, that, you can either be happy or you can be miserable. It's pretty much the same amount of work. That's a paraphrase at best. I have a series of affirmations that I do before I get out of bed in the morning. And when people say to me, why are you always so happy? I always tell them it's a decision I make before I get out of bed. And I do. I set the stage for it to be a joy-filled day, to be a grateful day. Try it on for size, and I think you'll enjoy it. That's it for me today. That's all I've got. I want you to always remember that New Thought Media Network is a nonprofit organization, and we live and breathe by virtue of your donations. So if you would go to newthoughtmedia.org, that's ntmedia.org, click on donate. We are grateful for anything and everything that you contribute to us. If you want to find me in this world, you can email me at teamrockitnow@gmail.com. You can find my beloved Lisa and I on our branded Facebook page, Vibrant Aging. And if you want to know more about the amazing products that I will show you some of now, first of all, I didn't have my coffee today because I had that little cough going, but we have our hemp-infused coffee. This is with hemp and 5 milligrams of CBD and chaga mushroom in here as well for your health. The greatest, I don't know a lot about essential oils. I have used these very little, but I have used them and I really love them. This one is called, let's see if I'm too close with my, this is of course lavender. This is one of my favorite scents. This is relaxing, and just at every level, it's relaxing. This one's called Breathe, and I used it all spring when I had seasonal allergies. Now, first time that I can remember in a long time, I'm having a little seasonal allergy stuff in the fall here. Breathe works under my nose a little bit, just kind of keeps the passages clear. Been told by a representative of the best known essential oil brand in the world that these essential oils, not only are they less expensive, they are more potent and last longer. That was from a rep for a company that shall go nameless. And of course, my favorite, CBD, my 750 milligram peppermint CBD, the purest, cleanest, most potent CBD you will find anywhere on the planet, the most extensive line of hemp and CBD infused products anywhere. The CBD comes in 3 concentrations, 500, 750, and 1,500 milligrams. It comes in 7 or 8 or 9 different flavors at this point. They keep adding flavors and taking flavors away. I can't keep track how many flavors there are. But it also comes in the full spectrum. Full spectrum has the legal limit of 0.3% THC or less. But it also comes in broad spectrum. Broad spectrum is totally THC free. So if you're someone who has like a rare THC allergy, or if you're someone who takes a very sensitive drug test for work, the broad spectrum has nothing in there to be tested for. So go to right there at the bottom, mydailychoice.com/Ken Ludwig. That'll take you right to my page where you will find out all you need to know about products we have. Those are just 2 different brands, the HempWorks brand and the Mantra Essential Oils brand. There are 23 or 24 now other brands underneath the umbrella of My Daily Choice. You will find products there, pretty much something for everybody. If you want to go with Instagram, I haven't done anything on Instagram in a long time, but I'll tell you right there, whatever's on my Instagram is under evolving_hippie. That's me, just the old hippie, evolving_hippie. And let's go back to, if you want to reach me, go to teamrocketnow@gmail.com. Don't forget to donate, newthoughtmedia.org. Click on donate, and we will be thrilled to have whatever it is you decide that you would like to contribute to our cause. Like I said a little bit ago, that's it for me. I wish you, well, first of all, as always, I'm immensely grateful for the great gift of your time and your attention. I wish you all the love and all the blessings the universe has to offer. I hope you will join me every Thursday, 2 o'clock Mountain, 4 o'clock Eastern Time, for another episode of Vibrant Living. Until then, my friends, namaste.